This is cocaine, the most commonly used illicit stimulant. Having the peak of its usage during the 90s, the prevalence was on a decrease until increasing again after 2014. In contrast with the modestly increasing trend, emergencies associated with cocaine overdose increased drastically. In adolescents, there is a similar trend, having the rate decreasing between 1999 to 2009 but increasing again after 2009 across all ethnic and racial groups. Now, cocaine is an addictive stimulant, meaning that consuming it will result in high energy levels and high vigilance, sounding like the opposite of sleep, which is indeed the case. Repetitive cocaine use causes sleep disruptions, which in turn worsens cognitive abilities. In students, this is represented by the correlation between cocaine intake and lower academic performances, which is not surprising since sleep plays a key role in learning and memory consolidation, and less sleep leads to worse memories of school materials, thus resulting in a bad grade. If we get into more details, you see, sleep is not a uniform state. It actually had stages. Usually, for a healthy young adult, slow wave sleep predominates the first half of sleep. This stage is important for brain development. And for the second half of sleep, REM sleep predominates. This is the stage when you typically remember your dreams. Besides sleep suppression caused by a psychostimulant effect, cocaine interferes with the body's sleep wake control system, causing problems not only during cocaine consumption, but long after the person stops cocaine intake. This is what happens when a person under the effects of cocaine dependency stops taking cocaine. During the first few nights, they may experience a longer time to fall asleep, shorter total sleep time, and more time spent in bed but not sleeping. After that, their sleep stages go up and down with total sleep time increased by a little. After 3 weeks of no cocaine intake, the person's sleep pattern settles to very little REM sleep and a proportionally higher slow wave sleep. However, that is only when comparing with themselves. If comparing their sleep measurements to healthy control groups of the same age, the controls have a longer time for slow wave sleep. Oddly, despite having measurements of clearly dysregulated sleep, people's self-reports show that they feel their sleep quality has gotten better after stopping cocaine, especially with self-reporting of less fatigue. However, when testing sleep-related cognitive tasks, scores from people who are cocaine abstinent show clear deficits. What's more is that the majority of cocaine users consume alcohol at the same time. Remember how cocaine users have a relatively shorter slow wave sleep time compared to their age group? People who consume alcohol, if they develop a dependency, also have a shorter slow wave sleep time than healthy controls of the same age. Recalling that slow wave sleep is important for brain development, the sleep stage decreases as human ages, and this loss is irreversible. Furthermore, besides the immediate adverse effects of cocaine, studies also show that cocaine consumption changes brain structure, and this alteration might also very well be irreversible. This especially concerns adolescents. The youth brain is still under development and requires sleep during such times, with evidence from animal study showing that the brain is extra vulnerable to drugs. Therefore, having less sleep time for brain development and having brain structure altered in youth may not show its downside immediately, but the consequences will surely emerge later in life. Unfortunately, studies involving cocaine are limited by numerous issues, namely the number of participants, the ethical problems when administering cocaine during the study, the uncertainty of specific types of cocaine, and the lack of studies on polysubstances use. Hopefully, before any rampant cocaine period arrives, preferably not arriving at all, there will be sufficient data to develop effective treatments for cocaine dependency and, more importantly, to have treatments for adolescents who are having sleep pressure due to cocaine intake.